Hello, my name is Anna. I'm a certified Twin Flame Ascension Coach with Twin Flames Universe and a student of Jeff and Shalia. And this is
Jonathan,
my twin flame. And today I felt guided to invite my beautiful Divine Masculine to help me share a oracle card reading for the Divine Masculine of all things. So that's what we're going to do today, and we're using the Moonology Oracle Card Deck, and this is by 𝑹𝑬𝑨𝑏. And the cards are pre-shuffled, and I'm going to pull 5 right off the top, so let's see what comes up. So our first card is Work Through Your Fears. Well, I feel like that's pretty obvious. You have to work through your fears. If you want to be in your twin flame union, you have to work through your fears. And one of the things that Jeff and Shalia say is that you must go through the cave of fear, and on the other side of it is your harmonious twin flame union. And you don't have to do it alone, though. That's why you have the support of ascension coaches like myself and all of the numerous free resources and the classes that Jeff and Shalia through Twin Flames Universe offer. And there's so much there for you, along with the mirror exercise, which you can practice by yourself. And yeah, what else is coming up for you here for the Divine Masculine as the Divine Masculine? Work through your fears.
I would say that work through your fears. That's one that's interesting for me, especially as a Divine Masculine. I think about how fear is not something that I would typically welcome in. So I have to be careful in how I identify what some of those are. So fear for me probably comes up as anger. So it makes me think about being triggered by things that you say or point out, or things that
I say or point out? Are you saying that I trigger you?
I'd say absolutely you do.
I trigger him.
I'm feeling a little triggered right now. But anything really, just in life, when you start feeling, for me personally, if I feel upset, I have to do sort of a system check and think, am I really mad? Or am I sad? Or am I fearful? Afraid? Am I any of these things? So I have to be real careful with that one. And I think the key is just to like the card says, work through it. So when it comes up, get to the bottom of it. You talk a lot about the mirror exercise and kind of drilling down into what it might be to sort of get to the core of it. So I think that's what brings up to me.
Yeah, you have to work through all of the feelings. You got to work through the fears to get to the core of the upset. That way you can actually heal what's really there underneath of the fear. All right, our second card. A new start is coming. Yeah. And as you move through those fears, as you work through those fears, there's always a new start. And sometimes it seems quite small. Sometimes it's a massive shift. But there's always a new start coming. And I think too, this really to me, really kind of speaks to the energy of your twin flame union, and how it's different from a soulmate relationship or a karmic relationship, and how you are really at the core of your being perfectly innocent. And we always kind of attach to the things we've experienced or been through, and you don't have to be, because as you move through those feelings and upsets using the mirror exercise, there's a new start underneath of that. You get to be reborn over and over again as you heal. Anything else there for you?
Yeah, I don't think I could have said it better. Yeah, I agree. It's I like the optimism of it, that you know, as you're working on things that you know, they seem different or awkward or wrong, even in some cases. I think if you always keep an idea that, you know, that it's just a new way or a new process, a new approach, you know, keeps me feeling like I'm on track.
Yeah, I love that. Our next card, your hard work is paying off. Yeah, of course it is. As you move through your fears, your hard work is paying off. A new start is coming. Yeah, and so like as you, part of this new start is that your hard work is going to pay off, and like healing into your twin flame union, no matter how tedious it may seem and how much it may seem as though maybe it feels like nothing is moving and nothing is changing, your hard work is paying off. You are always pouring into the container of your twin flame union. And I feel like there's definitely a piece here for you around work, because it kind of like really seems to, you know, that's kind of like a big part of like being the divine masculine is like working and even going outside of the home and working. Like there's so many different ways that you work, and yeah, I don't know. I feel like you have this piece though.
That's a lot of pressure. So,
Yeah.
you know, hard work, your hard work is paying off. So I think about this, whether it be my work or my work at home, whether it be our union or, you know, our family or anything. You know, sometimes you feel like this is common. I'm old enough now. I think I have a good way of sort of looking at this, but it feels like you're not doing anything, or you're moving backwards, or you're stuck, you're in a rut. But I always think to myself, especially because like my business that I work in is a sort of long term, so you know, you can't necessarily bank on big eureka moments or huge things being accomplished day to day. But what you really you got to keep in the back of your mind is, am I moving the needle? You know, am I heading in the right direction? That could be as little as, did I do the things today that are going to contribute to whatever it is that I'm trying to head toward? I think that's good for us too, because you know, we don't make leaps and bounds in our union necessarily. I mean, sometimes we do, but you know, you always think, is my eyes on the prize? Am I doing the things that I need to do, that I want to do, to be what I want to be, and for us to be what we're going to be? Are we moving the needle? That's the thing I always ask myself.
And you can answer that by checking in with yourself every time you move through an upset, and ask yourself, do I feel fully peaceful here? And that is the journey. That is moving the needle. And you don't have to control how it looks on the outside, but if you feel fully peaceful every time you move through an upset, then your hard work is paying off. That is the prize, as you mentioned before. All right, you want to pull our fourth card?
The cat is biting me.
Murphy came to visit.
What do you need to release?
Yeah. What is the thing that just doesn't feel like quite perfect right now for you? Like, what is the little niggling feeling that like keeps coming up? What do you need to move through right now? There's something there to release, and That's what you're being guided to right now. So what is that for you? And the easiest way to get clear on that is by just moving through the steps of the mirror exercise and feeling your feelings. Anything else there for you? That's a really beautiful card. I love that card.
Me too.
So pretty.
I like the idea of it. You know, I think about, you know, if I'm meditating, especially if I'm having like a particularly stressful moment, and I just sort of, sometimes like, what do you need to release? It's like everything. Like, you just need
full
to,
surrender.
You just need to let everything go. And just, and don't, you know, you don't have to have, you know, even an end in mind. It's just a moment of sort of clarity, just a grounding sort of feeling of just sort of letting everything just go past down that creek. Just,
That's such a good insight. I love that. And our fifth and final card. Your commitment is being tested.
That's a masculine card.
Yeah. What does that bring up for you?
I think that it's, you know, it doesn't have to be like this, but it's okay if it is, if it's a gauntlet. You know, you're being tested.
If it feels like a gauntlet.
Yeah, I mean, you know, that's sort of my makeup. Like, I'm okay with that. I accept that. I like to be, like to be is probably not the right word. I need to be sort of challenged and tested. I feel like it's important to me, especially as the masculine relationship, that I need somebody, you know, like you that's going to not just agree with everything that I say, but to question it, to help me clarify what that might be, maybe keep me on the straight and narrow and give me a backboard to sort of say, okay, all right, I don't like what you said. You know, I'm not saying I don't accept it, I just don't like it, and then think about it a little bit, because I'm, you know, or some things you might say, or it could be work, it could be neighbors, it could be
and you
really
don't have
anything.
to, like, you don't have to be in your twin flame union for your twin flame to be that sounding board for you. If there's something that's upsetting you, say your twin flame isn't talking to you, or you know, they refuse to be in a relationship with you, like, they are still showing you something, and whenever that happens, your commitment is being tested.
Maybe
it's
you're
there
not ready
to move through.
And maybe you're not ready.
Yeah.
This is the point. You're being tested.
If you're not, yes,
you know?
if you're not there, then there is something to move through.
You know, somebody says, I'm in. Or really, prove it. You're all, I don't believe you. You know, you sort of get that sort of feeling sometimes from the universe where it's like, oof, I keep saying that I'm ready to do such and such, or go to this point, and it's like, you know, the universe is just like, are you? Are you really? Because like, I'm gonna put some roadblocks here and see how committed you are to it. You know?
Yeah, it also, the other piece that comes up for me here is about, like, whenever you do make a new choice to love yourself and love your union, it's going to be tested. That doesn't mean that you're going in the wrong direction, but it can just mean that you're being asked if this is really what you desire, because persistence is going to be required. And it's really like, that is the goal, though. Learning to have that persistence, and that's where you really love yourself. That's where you really learn to love yourself. Yeah. Does that feel complete to you? It feels good. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget, if you would like, please subscribe, like my video, and if you want to coach with me, you can find my email address in the, I always forget what it's called. I call it the About section, so we'll just keep calling it that. But we'll be back, or at least I will. I'll be back next week for more juicy twin flame content. We'll see you then. Bye.